What's up with y'all, bruh? We back again. Is this a classic snowcation? Not in the sense that I'm always here, but in the sense that this is actually a historical location. Because in this very parking lot that's over there, this whole space, now, this is where I first theorized the idea to have a channel called verbatim Snow Blunt Talk. Because I've been Snow Blunt since like late 2020. I've been Snow Blunt since late 2020. Before that, I was Foolish Kyle. But now I'm Snow Blunt, and I was thinking to myself, it was late, it was very, very like the tail end of 2020. I think this was like, it might have been like that same day MF Doom died, rest in peace. I was like, bro, I should make a channel where I just, talk with all this knowledge that I got and all this perspective, man. I should just talk to people, because I think that was a time a lot of people were telling me like, yo, you kind of smart, man. Like, you kind of like, so I was like, yo, I know a lot of stuff. I got a lot to say. Why don't I just start a YouTube channel? Lo and behold, it's 2023 and we here. I think this is the YouTube, in fact, I know this is the YouTube channel I've been the most consistent on in my entire life. So to all y'all who watch me every day, who keep me going, thank you. Thanks to myself for even keeping this going for as long as it has. But yeah, this video today is about 5 commonly used phrases that they go a lot deeper than you might expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear these phrases, you're like, yo, that's kind of cliche, that's kind of cringe. Or you hear them and you get it, but you don't really get it and how deep it goes. So, and I was thinking to myself, like, man, as I've been like healing and like on a self-improvement journey, a lot of the most simple phrases people used to teach me or people used to tell me, those are the most like important ones. Like, and I didn't want to apply it because I guess it's just that it's just ego. You know what I'm saying? Ego just makes you like, that's simple. I don't need that advice. You know what I'm saying? So instead of doing that, instead of being such an egomaniac, I decided, bro, let me implement these phrases and these ideologies in my life, and let me tell y'all. So there's a young Kyle out there who thinks he's too good for the common advice. Well, there's some common advice that you should listen to. So number 1. Everything is energy. Now, when I talk about energy, I feel like when people say energy, no one really knows what they're actually talking about. You know what I'm saying? People hear energy, they're like, oh yeah, energy, but you don't understand. Energy is literally all we're made out of. Like, everything, literally there's only one thing in this world, and it's energy. You're not a human carrying energy, your energy expressing itself through a human.
Message!
So, saying that, it basically means everything, this force of attraction, this push and pull, this magnetism, you should spend your time trying to cultivate yours and purify yours as much as possible so you can manifest your dream reality, or not even manifest your dream reality, but just keep on living in a reality that you like, that makes sense. Live in a reality where you feel free, where you feel happy, where you can live in love, where you can create more. You know what I'm saying? Everything is energy, and a lot of spirituality is very simple. It's all about cleansing and purifying this energy. That's why people meditate, because they want to get back to the source, God, whatever you want to talk about it. I'm a huge pantheist, okay? I think God is everywhere, and God meaning source, energy, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? That's everywhere. So everything is energy, and if you want your life to get better, just start focusing on cultivating that energy. Focus on noticing it within yourself and putting it to use, and having a reserve of it that you can use toward anything you want. You know, you could call this energy focus or dedication or work. A lot of people, for example, they exercise, they work out because they get more familiar with that side of themselves. It's like ready to work, like, come on, let's do this. It's a beautiful feeling. I can tell you firsthand. It's a beautiful feeling to be sitting there, or like not even sitting there, but like just working out, and then you just keep on pushing and pushing because you have this energy, this reserve that just keeps you going, and you don't know what to call it, but it's that focus, that inner energetic being. That's energy, and everything is that. So let's move on to number 2. Just do it. Like, yeah, y'all probably just do it. I mean, what I look like saying, I'm not even wearing Nike shoes right now, and I'm over here talking about just do it. That's a phrase you should live your life by. Yes, because you gotta just do it in life. You feel me? Like, for years, I was the type of nigga, I was a chronic overthinker. You know what I'm saying? All I did was just sit there and be like, damn, how should I go about this? What should I do for my life? I remember the overthinking started, it was right after or right around the time I dropped Internet Baby, my first album. and it was February 2020, and I would just sit in school. I would hit like this really fucking stupid Juul dab cart thing, and I would just sit, and then people would be like, bro, like that was when I first started, like when I would get high, and then I would like start looking fucking miserable when I would do it. That was the start of it, the end of senior year. And I would just sit there and just think about my future and just overthink a bunch of shit. And I did that for years, and it stagnated me. Like I was so unproductive these past few years. Like it was hard for me to like really get up and do stuff. I really love to just sit and be lazy and just think about shit. When you just do it in life, you just throw caution to the wind and just go for it. This is what I was talking about in that video, like having the confidence to improvise everything. When you just throw yourself into things, ironically, you become more familiar with your true self, because you can't change the narrative when you a deer in headlights. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I want to be a painter, and I want to convince myself I'm a great painter. See, that overthinking that, man, I want to be good at this, man, I want to be great at this, it's gonna keep me not painting well, because I won't paint, because I'm scared to fail, because it'll crush my ego. My ego would be like a fragile little egg. I'm going back to the egg metaphors again. My videos are like, they just interact with each other. I love it. But that egg would just crack. So it's like, fuck it, if I want to paint, that impulse starts and ends there. I'm gonna jump straight into that shit, and if I'm bad, fuck it. If I'm good, fuck it. My contentment and satisfaction starts and ends at the fact that I wanted to do something, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing things, and I'm productive. See, just doing it involves a lot of self-love. You gotta trust yourself to just go for it, and just know that if anyone's gonna be there for you if you fail, it's you. So just do it. Number 3, be careful what you wish for. Now, I am just recently getting to a period in my life where I've stopped expecting outcomes. I've stopped doing things hoping to get other things. I've stopped, living my life in a way where I'm like, man, I want to be this, I want to be that. I've stopped wanting to be more than what I already am. So now that I'm done with that part of my life, I can really see that people were snapping when they said, be careful what you wish for. Because, look, honestly, I'm starting to realize those rare occasions when I did get what I wanted, like I did get what I thought about and desired, you know what I realized? I might not have really wanted that shit. Like let's say, my last video was about not getting no pussy. All right. So let's say I was a player ass nigga. Let's say I was like, I don't wanna be a player. No, I was already over there, fucking hella hoes. And now I gotta be in the doctor's office every week because of STD, abortion here. And it's like, I was before looking at niggas that fuck hella hoes, like, damn, they cool as fuck. But it's like, bro, do you really want that life? Because you got to understand, y'all, in life, you're not going to have more than what you're meant to have at a certain moment. Like, everything is very strategic. Everything is very meticulous. So whatever you have right now, wherever you at right now, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here right now. And watching this, yes, you're supposed to be here in this moment right now. Every little second in your life built up to this. So, given that we're meant to be wherever we're at, why would you want to live a life another nigga is living? Bro, the life you're living right now, that's the life that's meant for you right now. You can work on that, you can improve that, and the fact that you even have the impulse to do that, that's a testament to how your life, it may have been meant to get better because you want it to. See? All these thoughts and impulses and ideas we have are very meticulous. If you have the idea to be someone more than what you already are, bro, stop stressing it so much, because when you see people that have what you want, you don't know what they did to get that. So be careful what you wish for, because you might not even want the life you're living or the life you're craving, because you don't know what that comes with, and you might not be able to handle it, and maybe that's why you're not even living it right now in the first place. The next phrase that I wish I took more seriously was, all that glitters ain't gold. Now, this phrase reminds me of the material world. If you don't know, I feel like the original sin, when Eve ate the apple, whatever you want to call that moment, the fall of man, I feel like that happened when people started believing more, or I feel like that happening caused people to believe more in the material world than the spiritual world. And that's what fucked up humankind, because the material world is very empty. If y'all don't know, atoms are 99.9999 whatever percent empty space. So that's why when motherfuckers get a lot of money, or they get a lot of whatever they wanted in this world, in the physical, they feel empty, because this it's literally empty. It's a whole lot of nothing. So that's why chasing material things, it makes you feel like a void in your soul, because you're chasing nothing. You're not chasing shit. So all that glitters ain't gold, because all this stuff that looks all cool, like, yeah, it looks cool, and it incites your monkey mind to go and chase it, but it's not anything that's good for your soul. It's not gold. See, the alchemist's goal is making gold. That's that shit that's good for your soul. Because life is a stage, you gotta play your role. I just got some control niggas trying to, okay. This is not a freestyle video. But clearly the most flashy things in the material world are filled with the same emptiness that anything else is filled with, and it won't fill the void that has been in your soul for years. So stop chasing it, because whatever you're chasing, it's probably 100% most likely not going to give you what you want. And I can say that because you're chasing it. You don't gotta chase shit, bro. You either have it or you don't. Don't chase, attract. Because attracting will give you gold. Chasing will give you fucking nothing. One final phrase that I think I really should have taken more seriously and should take more seriously going forward is be kind to yourself. All right? Be kind to yourself. Because a lot of very smart people have this issue that there's a voice in their head that's incredibly critical. Incredibly critical. It's like, you think to yourself, why the fuck would I do that? Like you make a silly mistake, and your fragile little ego might want to hold on to this idea that you're something like, oh, I'm really smart. So you make a silly mistake, and then you berate yourself for doing that. You're like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. Why would I do that? Oh, I'm so terrible. Bro. Literally shut that bitch ass voice up. Tell that nigga, bro, you going way too hard. Like, you ever met a hothead ass motherfucker who just takes shit too seriously? You just like brush past and they're like, whoa, watch your motherfucking step, man. Jake, like, hothead ass motherfucker, calm down. You gotta literally tell your mind to chill in this life. You gotta tell your ego to take a break. Like, damn, bro, you don't gotta come for me so hard. I'm doing the best that I can. We always doing the best we can with what we have at the given moment. So it's like, if you fuck up, forgive yourself. Forgive you. You don't have to let yourself off the hook and be like, nah. Take accountability, but forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for making a mistake. Forgive yourself. You might have made a huge mistake or a little mistake. You gotta forgive yourself for every single thing, because when you're nicer to yourself and you allow yourself to exist, that's what propagates and fulfills that self-love. Because no one is going to tell you that it's okay to make those mistakes but you. If you keep on hating on yourself for making mistakes, it'll be motherfuckers who come into your life and then they abandon you and leave you. Why? Because their inability to stick by you when you're going through a hard time is just mirroring your inability to stick by yourself when you have a hard time. See, in this consciousness world, bro, everything is just a reflection of what's going on in your mind. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff in reality is just a reflection of how your mind's working and how you playing your part in the grand play of consciousness or like, I don't even know what the whole grand purpose of this shit is, bro. Like, sometimes I'll be out here like, yo, I'm meant to like raise the vibration. And then sometimes I'm like, bro, am I just like making up shit? Like, is my fucking consciousness just making up shit to entertain myself? Either way, be kinder to yourself. And you could practice this by being kinder to the world. If someone made a little mistake, you probably be nice to them, be like, oh, it's okay, it's all right. But when you do it, it's the end of the world. Nah, bro, let yourself off the hook. You're not gonna get soft from it. You're not gonna get duller from it. You're gonna get better from it. Because if you hate on yourself for your mistakes, you're just gonna be like, well, I'm a fuck up now. That's who I am. Nah, bro, you can still be smart and have your off days. You can still be great and have your off days. Just keep on forgiving yourself and loving yourself through those days. And remember, the biggest L to take is learning. Learn from your mistakes, nigga. If you practice learning from your mistakes, stop hating on yourself. Because mistakes are there for you to learn from them. So be kinder to yourself, and instead of loathing your mistakes, learn from them. So yeah, guys, that was 5 phrases that people use a lot, that are very common, that have, I'd say an esoteric angle to them, where, it's really some deep shit. And then when you understand it deeply, you could realize why these phrases are so widespread. And it's kind of ironic because everything's been in front of our faces the entire time. but we didn't have the tools to really dissect it and see it for what it is. And that's what I feel like doing this research for spirituality is. It's getting the resources and the lenses through which to see that the most simple things really enclose the most complex meanings and the ultimately most resonant truths. But that's today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and go ahead and comment a phrase that you think, you know, belongs in the just do it, everything's energy. Comment a common phrase, and we can talk about interpretations in the comments below. Let's start a discussion. Let's start a conversation. It's been me, Kyle Snowblunt. I'm out. See y'all later.